What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Come to you guys with a quick live feed this evening. We're going to be talking about some of the 2024 income tax law changes and the updates. I did a show on the YouTube channel. Let me get this volume and everything together first. I did a show on the YouTube channel about a week ago discussing this particular subject in particular, but I just wanted to make sure kind of rehashing it a second time because I know a lot of times we put out a lot of information on the YouTube channel regarding taxes and entrepreneurships and different things like that. But I wanted to also just kind of reiterate it again, circle back with a few things because we have a lot of information going through the channel and a lot of information that people miss also. So I want to make sure I'm giving as many opportunities as possible to rehash a couple of things. Again, this evening I'll be talking about 2024 income tax law changes and updates. Right now I'm streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. The main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel, where we have over 900 videos on the YouTube channel covering entrepreneurship, investing, finance, and business operations. So whatever, regardless of what platform you're looking at, please make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and subscribe to the channel and take advantage of all the great information on the YouTube channel. You know, we also have, in addition to all the great information covering entrepreneurship and investing and finance, we got an active grants playlist with over 150 grant opportunities for everybody to take advantage of as well. And the grants can be range from different scopes in regards to startups, veterans, people just, in different situations to gain access to the grants. So you can go to the YouTube channel, find the grants playlist, take advantage of the great information that's on there. But we're talking about tonight, again, is the tax law changes, the changes and updates for 2024. And we're in 2024 calendar year, but we're doing taxes for the 2023 tax year. So all the things that we're doing will be applicable to last year's taxes. And one of the first thing I want to talk about when we started the change in the income tax brackets, and I kind of went over that, in October 2022. That I went over this a week ago on the YouTube channel, where in October 2022, the IRS announced tax inflation adjustments in 2023 tax returns, and it impacted over 60 tax provisions governed by the Tax Cuts and Job Acts. Tax brackets were adjusted annually based on the chain consumer price index, the CCPI index, measurement inflation, with the inflation at 7.1 in 2023, which is the most substantial adjustment of tax brackets in decades. Generally, while the tax bracket thresholds will reduce tax liability for most taxpayers, however, the most pronounced impact was felt by those in the highest 22% through 37% brackets. It's essential that the notes of these adjustments may not be necessarily lead to the increased refund for clients, as their withholding rates would be reduced in tandem with the reduced tax liability. And what that means in English, with all that said, a lot of times when things are increased in regards to, just say, if the tax brackets are adjusted depending on the income level and stuff, they usually some kind of there's a coincidental adjustment with withholding. A lot of times, when you go to Mr. Short on YouTube, I have a video that explains to you how to fill out a Form W-4. I know one of the videos people use at the beginning of the year is how to fill out a 1099 NEC. And before that, because I think the NEC became mandatory 2 years ago, but before that was the 1099 miscellaneous form. But another form is, when you start a job, the W-4, the withholding form. I have a video on YouTube on how to fill out the W-4 withholding forms to get different scenarios if you're single, married filing separately with dependents. So you can check out that video, how to fill out a W-4. I'll see if I can add that video in the chat as well. But with that said, the way the tax system is set up is that usually there's some kind of inverse in regards to or coincidental change in regards to when the tax brackets adjust. When they make changes, there's a coincidental adjustments how the withholdings are done. And we know typically the way things are set up, you tax the most when you're single, you tax, then next least amount is head of household, and then the least tax is people married filing jointly. And typically, if you do married filing separate, you get taxed kind of like at the same single rate. Now, this is when we start talking about those actual tax brackets. So when you look at that 10% rate, that's up from 11,000, 22,000, that's 11,000 single, up to 22,000, somebody married filing joint, up to 11,000, like I said, married filing separate. Remember, married filing separate. And so when it's single, the tax is the same. Okay, if you didn't know that, that's how that is. The tax is the same, okay? And the head of households up to 15,007. And I want you guys to remember that and kind of get yourself for me. I don't expect people to be versed in tax and tax laws like I do, but I will say go a little further than what some of your YouTube stars drop information on what everything you can write off and what the government is doing here and now. I mean, a lot of this stuff you can go to the IRS website, go to irs.gov and get informed of some of the information. And the way they try to put information out on the IRS website from a communication standpoint, they try to explain things to you like if you don't know anything about income tax at all, right? So just the average person reading it. So they don't put in complex formulas for a person to try to fill out they're not really familiar with. Y'all, excuse me 1 second. I've had a busy day, got to wet my whistle a little bit, but just keep in mind with that. So I would advise people, just time to time, go to irs.gov and check out some of the information that is on there. Let me put that in the chat also. Again, right now we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. Main hub again is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. Make sure you go there to take advantage of it. But again, like I said, the tax we do know again the April 15th is the tax deadline. But the tax rate, let me just do just a quick summation. The 12% tax rate, that's $11,000 to $44,007 if you file a single. Married filing joint is $22,000 to $89,450. This is 12% tax bracket. Married filing separate, remember the same thing as single. This is $11,000 to $44,725, and the head of household to $15,007 to $59,850. Right. Next, we have the 22% tax bracket, which is $44,725 to $95,375, and then married filing joint, that's $89,450 to $190,750. Back again, the married filing separate, same as single, $44,725 to $95,375. And guys, feel free to put any questions in the chat while I'm running my mouth. If you got any questions, I'm going too fast, or if you got anything like that. But also remember one quick thing, guys, if you do have to leave or anything like that, don't trip. You can always go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Check out this whole video in its full entirety, just in case you got to leave or you came in and you feel like and you missed something. Okay, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. You'll see this whole video in its full entirety. Again, it's the 2024 tax law changes update. I did a 2024 tax law changes video, but it's the update. So again, it's just a little bit more in-depth information from the one I did with Lab a couple of weeks ago. And the 24% tax bracket, and it goes up to 34%. I'm done from go through all these with you guys. With that said, I'll probably do a video maybe within the next week or so. Just maybe do like a graph, just give you guys an idea of it and everything. I want to just be reading on like to try to keep everybody engaged. So I want to spend the whole show reading to everybody. But those just the adjustments, just going up to 22%. And that's stopping capping right at 90,000. You make over $90,000. The percentage change is still the same. They're not the same. But I'll make a video just to do this. Again, I don't want to go through everybody and put everybody to damn sleep going through these numbers and changes, but just give you the gist of what that is. But just kind of keep in mind there is like an adjustment, especially if you're employed, in regards to like when those brackets are adjusted. It's kind of like a coincidental thing in regards to the withholding amount. So it's not like what they try to do, even though you may be taxed a little bit more on one end, it may adjust your withholding. So it's not like it's just poking you out one way, or you may get a bigger refund, one thing, but there's an adjustment that they'll have that's inversely correlating with the actual tax bracket and what they're withholding. But definitely, again, if you have any kind of issues filling out your withholding forms to get a job, or because a lot of times people come to me, I don't know where the story comes from, but folks say it all the time. I get taxes taken out for a portion of the year, then the other half of the year I file exempt. I mean, guys, I don't know where the hell that shit came from, but it's about one of the most. I don't know where the hell it came from. I don't think you'll find too many accountants. No, understand something. It doesn't matter if you pay taxes one portion of the year and the other portion of the year you don't. The taxes are due for the total amount of money you made. Okay, the taxes are due for the total amount of money you made in correlation with how you filed. Single, head of household, married filing joint, married filing separate. So if you're in that 12% bracket and you're married filing joint, you're looking at that total dollar amount. It's not looking at if you paid taxes half the year. That doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the math equation. I don't know what the hell. And typically, I'm gonna be honest with you, it happens with most of the people that come to us that make under $50,000. And ones that make over $50,000 to go with that logic, they in for a rude awakening most of the time, because they get a bill from the IRS once the income taxes are done. So, guys, remember, it has nothing to do how often you file or you change the withholdings to pay the taxes. That's just a myth, guys. The tax amount is due on how you file and for the total dollar amount. That when I say how you file, this the filing status, single head of household, married filing joint, married filing separately, and also the total amount of money you make. So it has nothing to do with half of the year. I don't know where the hell it came from. Most of the time, it doesn't make a bigger issue if you're in a lower income tax bracket because you're probably gonna qualify for earned income, anything like that. So a lot of people really just don't know because it doesn't. It's not really a factor, right? It doesn't come up, but people just for some odd reason, I don't know where the hell it came from with folks thinking that, but it doesn't matter anyway because if you qualify for earned income, a lot of times it's kind of washed anyway because you're gonna get an earned income credit and typically get the child tax credit. So by not knowing, you may think that's a good strategy, but it makes no sense, with doing it. You're in a low income tax bracket, it may not affect you as much, but just something to kind of know about it. Remember what I said, guys. Always leave questions for me. But the easiest thing that irs.gov, you do not need to be an accountant or a tax professional. Most of the information is set up for, just I wouldn't even say a high school graduate to read and understand the information. They don't really put to mathematical terms or equations and stuff that actual an accountant or enrolled agent or something needs to know. Most of it is set up for the common person to go there, just help the common person with their common questions, right? So, again, I put the link in the chat. If you're looking at us on TikTok, I can't put that link in there. We're a little limited with that, but right now on the stream, y'all, we got Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram on that now. Should be on that, I think. Let me double check right quick. May not be. Let's see right quick. I want to make sure. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, so we're live. So once you're live, your stream is probably your fine. Okay, so I guess it is. I guess it is. This is my first time using the stream, y'all, with the Instagram. So y'all bear with me with that. I'm going through a learning curve with that. But yeah, just kind of be kind of cognizant of that when you filing your taxes, but you do it with withholdings. Remember, how to fill out a W-4 is on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. So if you have any questions on, you got a new job, you want to make sure you're paying the proper amount of taxes, that is on the YouTube channel. We got Oscar Views, got accounting. What is the best way you find a good tax accountant? Well, I've been a tax accountant over 25 years, and we've been in business 23 years. I'm sorry. Damn, think keep going out. Oscar Views asks, what's the best way you have found to find a good tax accountant? I'm a tax accountant, and I would just tell you the best way to do it. You can know the IRS has a register list of anybody that's actually in their system as being, listed with them. They actually prepare tax. The IRS has that set up. You can go Google IRS .gov and find tax preparers in your area, right? They have that listed. And as far as credibility, you can go just, we're in a day and time from now. When I first got started in the game in the early 2000s, hey, you can just go off straight Google reviews, right? Now, even though we do know most of the times that with Google reviews, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. A lot of times, a person can have uh, uh, a decent client relationship with their clients. When one person comes in, put a bad comment because they didn't have a good situation, that can happen. Or it may can be the norm. Either way, I would suggest you can check out most of the listings, the Googles, the Yelps, and things like that. Fine, and just look through the reviews. I kind of tend to tell most of our clients, after it's done, send them a little link. They can put in the Google reviews with doing it. But that's probably the best way I can tell you. You see, you can just know that they're listed with IRS. You can go to irs.gov. That's everybody that has an NEFA number or PTIN number where they actually can, the PTI prepare tax ID number. They can let you know that this person is listed with IRS and they can prepare taxes for a fee. You need to have that PTIN number, the EFIN number, electronic filing number. That means that person can submit returns to the IRS electronically, right? That's all public information. You can always Google that and find them to see from a credibility standpoint to see if this person that is getting your information can just touch it, right? It's just not knocking anybody because me being in the game so long, I don't knock anybody that's trying to go down the road of entrepreneurship. I'm actually excited when people try to do it, but I always tell people to do it the right way, right? So I would advise anyone that's trying to go down that road, just get your stuff together. just get your stuff together because you don't want to hurt yourself from a credibility standpoint by not having certain things in place. So I would say that you could just you can search on IRS to make sure they're valid. From that point, they can do it. But then just from that point, go to your Google, Google tax preparers and then read tax accountants than me. And when they come up, they can turn around and just verify who they are. And from that point, and I also have a video in regards to different ways you can choose if you want to get an accountant, a bookkeeper, or actual tax account. Just what to look for, what criteria. Because a lot of times people come to us and say they need a CPA. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a certified tax. I'm not a CPA. Hold on one second. I'm not a CPA, but we've been doing accounting for 25 years. The video call. Hold on one second. See this. 1 second. I want to make sure everything's right on this end. Hold on 1 second. I got 8 or 9 things going on in front of me. Okay. But yeah, we have videos that actually we can decipher if someone if you need a bookkeeper, tax preparer, or an accountant, just the different criteria you can ask because again, of course you can get a different skill level, but at the end of the day, you don't need to get someone that you have a $100 task and you're trying to acquire somebody that's going to charge up to $1,000, which most CPA firms are going to have charge because they have different credentials. But the person that the bookkeeper might do the task you need, or the accountant might need to do it, and then keeping in mind a lot of times outside of actual audit, that a CPA needs to endorse it. They're going to actually turn around and probably get a bookkeeper or an accountant, depending on the level of difficulty of the task, to do it anyway. So just keep that in mind. Let me see 1 second. I thought that thing was coming in. So let me see. Is anybody listening to us right now on Instagram? I just want to check. Is anybody following us right now on Instagram? I just want to see that. Is anybody video? I thought we were streaming live on Instagram right now. I just want to check something right quick, everybody. This is new for me with the Instagram, so I want to just make sure this thing is working. Let me see. It should be on there, but I don't know if it's working. I guess nobody is on there, so let me see. Give me bear with me 1 second, y'all. Just want to check something right quick. Then taxi, y'all. Your boy that's not live on IG. Thanks, Trey Nicole. Let me try that. Let me see what's going on right quick. Stream key. Let me see. I got this new toy, y'all. You got a new toy. You gotta understand how to deal with it first, but it ain't working the way I thought it was. Let me see. It's not giving me the option to change anything. Let's see something. It is not online. I guess we can't get it today. It's something I got to play with later. I don't know what the deal is, y'all. I'm sorry about that. If you're on Instagram, I'm sorry for missing you. Matter of fact, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna use another phone here. Let me see. I don't want nobody to miss anything. Let me see if I can get this going. Right now, again, tonight we're talking. But this is Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar Himself. Tonight we're talking about 2024 income tax law changes and updates. Let's see. Booyah. Let's see if I can get this set up right here on Instagram. Got that rocking and rolling. I don't know what was going on Instagram. I'm sorry. I thought we'd try to have everything in place for you. But guys, feel free to got any questions or anything like that, put them in the chat. And I'll get them over there. Oscar Views, could you please put a link in that video in the description after the stream? Thank you. I've done my own text for years, but I'm starting to get a little move a little forward. Thanks again. Which video are you talking about, Oscar views, in regards to putting the link in? Just let me know and I'll dig it up and put in the link to which video in particular you're talking about. And I'll make sure I put the link in as well. And again, guys, we're talking about the 2024 income tax law changes and updates. So feel free if you got any question, anything, to put them in the chat. Let me put this, update this. Instagram 2024. And I appreciate y'all bearing with me. Change it. Hey. Okay, cool. We got Instagram on together now. And again, we just gave a quick little rundown in regards to some of the changes in regards to the income tax brackets. The next thing I want to go over is the new standard deduction, right? And if you didn't know what a standard deduction is the government gives you a standard deduction in regards to how you filing and the amount of money that you can write off initially, for when you receiving income. So there's a standard deduction for somebody filing single, head of household, and married filing jointly. Okay, and then with that dollar amount, if you have, that's the amount that you look at your gross income, you subtract that from that, that'll be your adjustable income, adjustable gross income. They can look at it in regards to that's the amount that they look towards your taxable income. Okay, if that standard deduction number is lower, if your number, if your standard, I'm sorry, if you have write-offs in regards to say mortgage interest, property taxes, things like that, if you have that number that you have is higher than the standard deduction, you can do what they call itemize. Okay, and the IRS annual adjustment increases standard deduction in response to inflation. Recognize the need to safeguard taxpayers against the growing cost of living. For clients, the increased standard deduction can significantly impact their tax returns by potentially lowering their taxable income. This change can reduce the overall tax liability, offering taxpayers an opportunity for increased savings and financial well-being. Now, again, what I was saying again, the standard deduction is the amount that everyone gets in relation to the way that you file. What's going on, Dante? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. My dog, one of my good army buddies, Dante Scott. Hey, but with that standard deduction, everyone gets that. And if it's over that dollar amount, you're able to, what we just say is itemized, okay? And what I just seen is Oscar views and one I prefer. I get it to you. I'll make sure I put in the link before they and asked about the link to the video accounting bookkeeper. I do it before before we wrap up everything. I definitely do that for you. The love you too, brother. Love you too, brother, man. I'll make a trip out to Dallas soon, man. I promise you that. Let me take a look, get on top of everything with tax season. But again, that standard deduction amount is the amount everyone can write off. If your dollar amount that you have in regards to your itemized deductions, i.e., property taxes, i.e., mortgage interest, i.e., charitable deductions, if that's higher than the standard deduction is listed, then what you can do is what we call itemize. Okay. As the past couple of years, they doubled it. I think in 2018, 17, 18, they doubled it. So typically it's kind of difficult, for the average person that has early phases of, I'm sure I ain't got no issue with the internet right now. You're in those early phases of you be able to do that then. Yeah, I'll make sure that everything's cool over here. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Let me check something. I want to. Had to make a little adjustment for a second. Let me make sure got everything together. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Let's see. I want to make sure. Had a little Wi-Fi issues for a second, guys. Just want to make sure everything was good. Okay, let me see right going on. We good now? Okay, cool. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had a little issues going on with my uh, uh, Wi-Fi adapter. I think we got everything back in the game now, so y'all please bear with me with that. But again, we're talking about standard deductions, and again, I think I explained that in regards to the difference with having the itemized and the standard and itemized deductions. Shall we make adjustments on the fly real quick around here, guys? Now, the 2024 standard deduction, 2022 standard deduction for single was 12,950, and they increased that to 13,850. The standard deduction for 2022 for head of household, that's if you are an individual filing with a dependent. That was 19,004 is increased to for the 2023. Remember, we're 24 filing for 2023 last year's, right? That was increased to 20,800. Merit filing jointly is 25. It was 25,009 in 2022. It was increased to 27,700. And the merit filing separate, as I said before, the same as somebody filing single, 12,950 for merit filing separate in 22, and increased to 13,850 for the 2023. So what it does is give you opportunity to lower that taxable income. They increased it. If you have anything more than that, you're able to itemize. So it's just a win-win situation for you. Okay, just keep that in mind. And then all this was part of that Inflation Adjustment Act. So the government set that in place in regards to people know that the economy price been sky high with hyperinflation. So they did that by increasing standard deduction to give you opportunity to lower that taxable income. Okay, so that was just something that was put in place for that. Just want y'all to be mindful of that with the increase of the standard deductions. Okay, the next with the 1099K requirement 2023, we did videos on that on Mr. Short Dollar as well. Those videos talking mainly about the when you're making before I get ahead, I want to make sure I had this stuff explain correctly instead of in Mr. Short Dollar way, get ahead of myself. The IRS recently stated change the Form 1099K requirements would be phased in the tax code starting in 2024 tax returns. The tax industry anticipates the updated reporting requirements to impact a large volume of individual taxpayers and small business owners. The 1099K implementation will allow the agencies to evaluate and enhance operational processes addressing concerns of taxpayers and stakeholders more effectively. Most of the time, you get that 1099K, you'll see it either from those your credit card companies. You got any kind of merchant accounts, you're doing anything like that. They had those things set up. The requiring starting 2024, the threshold decreases requiring 1099K for those with more than $5,000 in gross payments of any transaction. So you have to make sure that those things are listed. But let me read the whole thing. For tax year 2023 and 23 and prior, these networks must issue out a Form 1099K for individual being received over $20,000 in gross payments that had more than 200 transactions. That's 2023 prior. But it's going to phase after that if it's $5,000. Because what it is that the government just wants to make sure they're getting some kind of fee on top of any, on more opportunities. So prior to last year, it was 20,000. Going forward, it's going to be 5,000. So anything you do over this year that's done on any kind of merchant account in regard, they can be physical or online, 5,000 and above. Okay, just something to keep in mind. And if I'm losing anybody going too fast, please, 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 please don't hesitate to say, "Hey, Mr. Short Dollar, can you repeat yourself or slow down while you're doing that?" I got 4 or 5 things in front of me all the time at once. So, if I miss you, just I'll come back around to you, and I apologize about that. But with that 1099K, typically if you have like a merchant account, any kind of online sales, anything like that, you receive the 1099K in the mail. Definitely done something like just trying to think any Spotify, Shopify, something like that, you would have got a 1099K. We're doing any kind of merchant sales again. Let me see if I can get into it. My man was just asking about the tax, the bookkeeper accountant videos. Let me see that right quick while I can get a chance with that. Again, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Tonight we're talking about 2024 income tax changes and updates. I want to get in here right quick, find this information for you guys. Yeah, notice, guys, I'm still in my work uniform. Your boy been humping today. I had to go to actually I had to go to a funeral. Brother Joe Swanson, I'm in the 100 Black Men South Metro. And you know, our president Joe Swanson, his wife passed. Uh, um, sadly last week, and we had the service today. So I've been working. I had a funeral to go to earlier today too. So had all kind of things going on. Let me see. Put this video in the chat. Let me. Okay, Oscar Views. I just put the link to that video. Do you need a CPA accountant, a bookkeeper? A quick breakdown of each. So check that out, Oscar Views. I just put that on there. And matter of fact, now let me put that. Let me fix that right quick. So I want to make sure I get that to everybody that's on there. Let's see. There we go. Booyah. There we go. Okay, guys. Again, we're talking about income tax laws, updates and changes 2024, and give you a quick rundown, some changes in tax credits and deductions for 2023. In addition to the inflation adjustments this year, your client, well, I got my notes over here. People can expect to see expansion to existing tax credits and new tax credit provisions regarding taxpayers' energy efforts. Some common ones. You know, I know you guys heard a lot of different information in regards to child tax credit, when it's going to come, when it's not going to come. And I did a video the other day in regards to there was some information that was telling people if you can wait and wait and wait. I'm not a big proponent of that. You know how your income level or your income situation is. I'm not going to sit here and tell people to wait for a certain law to change. And the main reason is because it's one thing for the law to change, right? And they say they might increase. What's up, DL? They might increase the actual income, the child tax credits, right? But a lot of times, they don't have the system in place to adjust the delivery. What I mean by that is if the income tax, the child tax credit law is updated, they're not. A lot of times they may say that, hey, listen, this is something that can be applied to this 2024 on the 2023, or it may be a credit that they'll give you for next year and everything. What's going on, lady? It may be something that you can use next year, maybe a check they're going to send you in the mail. So a lot of times they may have the actual law change, but the actual delivery of the child. Not as much, brother, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. You don't know that. So I wouldn't advise anybody to wait for certain things and stuff. How you doing, Shane? Shana Curtin, what's going on now? Up in Naptown. A lot of times folks don't necessarily know when those things are going to be delivered. So you sitting around waiting for the tax law changes to get a bigger refund. It may not necessarily go in effect or benefit you then. So if you have access to get the money now, just going to do it. And I did a video on that about a week ago because I seen a lot of videos telling people to hold up. You can hold up. And I'm just saying this from 20-some years experience being in the business. The law can change, but the delivery may not be set up. Like I said, that doesn't mean that they're actually going to give that to you that year. There may be something to check in the summer, maybe next year and everything. So just, the state of your pocket. If you can wait to find out. But if you need your money, you need your money, right? And I know it's everybody going through different situations now. Telling people how to budget and do certain things, that's a whole nother conversation. We're talking about right now. If you need your money, you need your money. Okay. So a couple things in quick tax law changes and updates. The child tax credit, the refundable portion increased to $1,600. Premium tax credit, the Inflation Reduction Act is extended through 2025. Remember, repeat that. The premium tax credit, the Inflation Reduction Act is extended through 2025. Business meal deductions, only 50% of the cost of the bills can be deducted. Okay. There's the one part it was 100%. But listen, business meal deduction, only 50% of the cost of the meals can be deducted. Okay. Keep in mind with that. Earned income tax credit, investment income limitations increased to $11,000. Again, that's investment income limitation increased to $11,000. The Inflation Reduction Act ushered in significant changes in additions to energy tax credit for 2023. A quick overview of residential energy credit changes includes, let me see if anybody has any questions and everything. Ain't missing nothing good. Energy efficient home improvement credit has dramatically increased, allowing homeowners to claim 30% up from 10% of qualifying improvement expenses up to $1,200 annually, up from $500. There's a $500 cap on that at first. The residential clean energy credit further expanded the scope of qualifying expenses like home energy audits, exterior doors, solar power, battery storage, water heaters, and biomass stoves. Again, that energy efficient home improvement credit was dramatically increased. And guys, here's the deal too. Now, I've had in the past, in the past, this past tax season, I think we had three people. I know one in particular. I dealt with a young lady. She did a whole overhaul of her home in regards to making it more energy efficient. You know, using the ones that were actually listed as energy efficient improvements to your home. I would say this, right? If you're looking to add those kind of upgrades and stuff like that, and I know they can be more on the expensive side, it's a good opportunity to do it, especially depending on where you are from an income standpoint. Because again, they give you that credit, giving it's not necessarily going to be a dollar for dollar repayment, but at the end of the day, if you're going to fix your house up anyway, and they're going to actually give you funds back towards it, take advantage of it. Okay, it may be a little bit more expensive on the front end. The only thing that makes me a little hesitant with some things, especially they new, when you listen with energy efficient, I know a lot of times we start dealing with new things, and I'm talking about from an electronical standpoint, things like that. You're kind of like on that early emphasis stage of it, and the newer stuff may not necessarily. And we're talking about energy efficient. It may not be the best, especially when you start looking at a year or two later, they have a better product out. So, you kind of like in the funky spot. It's kind of like remember when a couple years ago when big screen TVs came out and everybody was getting them, but then like a year, a couple years later, the big screen that you got this year was almost obsolete 2 years later. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind with doing it. But definitely going to make the upgrades and changes in the way you might as well going to take advantage of the actual things that you can put a couple more dollars to if you're going to, especially if you're going to stay in the house and to be able to get to take advantage of those credits. And we've I did a video a couple years back on the cost benefit analysis, how to start looking at one thing to kind of, if you want to look at it from a metric standpoint, to say if I spend this money now, how much savings I'm going to have over a certain period of time for it to make sense. But if it comes down to I just don't like it, or I just like this, I understand that point too. But there's different ways you can look at it, in regards to see how it can affect you economically in regards to any kind of upgrades that you may want to put to your house that can be more energy efficient. The clean vehicle credit, the clean vehicle credit of up to 7,500 is available for updated distinctions based on vehicle retail, price, income thresholds, and vehicle assembly. This credit now includes a provision for used electric vehicles of up to $4,000. So again, that's $7,500 for the electronic vehicles and $4,000 if it's used. I don't even know too many people have an electric vehicle, much less have a damn used one. So I think that's something that they're going to be pushing, because I think the way the direction we're heading probably in the next 10, 15 years, most vehicles is probably a prominence on electronic vehicles. They're probably trying to get ahead of it, with global warming and everyone just trying to be more energy efficient with doing it. I still don't know. I'm going back to, you have your Tesla, you have your other, electronic vehicles and stuff like that. I don't know, because most of them are a little bit more pricier, and some of the newer models are coming out to be a little bit more affordable. That's a great word. But I don't necessarily know from an operational standpoint. You go back to what I say about a lot of electronics. When you get them on that front end infancy stage, are you getting the best product? Because again, now with those kind of things being put out for electronic vehicles and stuff, in another year or two, we're going to get more makers and more developers the product now that you could purchase, and the product 2 years from now may be night and day in regards to technological innovations and everything like that. So I still don't know if that'd be the best thing to do, right? That's just kind of my personal opinion on it. But the actual credits is definitely you guys take advantage of. Commercial clean vehicles purchased in 2023 can claim a maximum credit of 7,500 for qualified vehicles with gross weight ranges of under 14,000 pounds or $40,000 for all other vehicles. Again, that's commercial clean vehicles. Okay, you get that credit up to $7,500 for that. Now, commercial clean vehicles. I don't know too many people. And they may be purchasing a van or and what's the damn things called? What are the I don't know, it's slipping my mind. Those like the little BMW, they not box cars, the zippers or runners, skippers, whatever they are. Just something in that family. We'll be able to do in those commercial vehicles, clean vehicles. We'll be able to do that because I don't. When you think of commercial vehicles and clean, it's kind of like an oxymoron with that. But I know a lot of the more vans and the what is the ones? What are those things called, man? They have a lot of Mercedes makes a lot of them. Those what are they, zippers or whatever. Somebody help me out. But they were Sprinter. Thanks, Oscar View. Sprinter vans. Thanks. The Sprinter vans and stuff like that. So you get one that's clean on that. Thanks. I appreciate it. I know I was slipping my mind. You get one of the Sprinter vans to be able to do it, and they commercially clean. You get that credit for doing it. But I don't even know how most of those are built. Are they even built like that? That's like additional price to get them set like that. But that's kind of based in regards to that. And I think that'll be something more for companies moving from more fleet perspective to do that with doing it. I'm just trying to think about it. And I do some research on that. I'll make a video later in regards to just different things from an innovation standpoint that people can take advantage of. Okay. One big thing. Thanks, Oscar Views. I appreciate that. Another thing we talk about is adjustments for retirement accounts for 2023. Adjustments for retirement accounts 2023. Guys, remember, this is Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. These are the 2024 income tax law changes and updates. Again, the 2024 income tax law changes and updates. Feel free if you got any questions or anything to put your questions in the chat. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. In the event that you just came in the middle of the live feed or anything like that, you can always go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Again, that's Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, where we have over 900 videos. Talk about business, entrepreneurship, investing, and finance. We have an active grant playlist with over 150 different grant opportunities at any time that you guys take advantage of. But again, if you have to leave, came in the middle, you don't know what's going on, you can go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Check out this full video in its whole entirety, in addition to the other 900 videos that's on the YouTube channel, okay? Again, we're talking about the 2004 income tax law changes and updates. Now we're talking about the adjustments for retirement accounts for 2023. If someone had early distributions for retirement accounts, review new exceptions to the 10% penalty. While the IRS, I apologize, when the IRS typically imposes a standard 10% penalty for early distributions, exception will now include taxpayers who are, remember, this is going back to you had this early distributions from your retirement account, and you get a 10% penalty. Some ways they can have exceptions now is private sector firefighters, public safety officers, state and local community government correction officers, terminally ill individuals, and corrective distribution of excess contributions. Yeah, that's very important. Let's go through that one more time. Remember, you have any kind of early distribution from your retirement account where you normally credit 10%. Some of the ones that you can put in there to get that waiver taken off, get that early penalty waiver. Again, if you're a private sector firefighter, public safety officer, state and local government correction officers, terminally ill individuals, or corrective distribution of excess contributions. Why the hell they came up with all that? Just probably people talking to their local lawmakers. I'm not local, the federal lawmakers to get some things adjusted. Additionally, with the passages of the Secure 2.0 Act, the age of initiating required minimum distributions has increased to 73 years old starting in 2023. It will rise to 75 for those born in 1960 or later. So again, you are required to have minimum distributions at least to the age of 73. It's something to keep in mind, guys. At 73, you're going to have to start those distributions. The Secure 2.0 Act has also lowered the excise tax for failing to meet RMDs, that's required minimum distribution for that age, required minimum distributions, from 50% to 25%. Allows for reduction to 10% if the required minimum distribution is fulfilled within 2 years. Furthermore, the IRS may waive the entire penalty if the account owner demonstrates that the distribution shortfall resulted from a reasonable error, with steps being taken care of to rectify. One quick thing I want to tell you guys, remember, just with dealing with IRS over 20 some years and sending clients and dealing with clients and stuff like that, you may get somebody on the phone that don't know what the hell they're talking about, right? We all know one of the biggest drawbacks with them, the IRS, you're on the phone all day waiting on them to get somebody, and they've tried to correct that, hiring new people over the years and stuff like that. But I will say one thing about the IRS, they're not like your normal bill collector. If you have communications with them, and I understand it may be hard to communicate with somebody that you can't get a hold to, but if you do have communications with them, they will work with you. I am telling you this. They negotiate pennies on a dollar. You can extend things out. You just got to holler at them. You just got to holler at them, right? The thing about it is, I think the problem comes up is because I understand everybody don't have time to sit here and wait on the phone all day. Totally get that part. We're not lost on that at all. Okay, we're on the same page with that. But I will say this, by avoiding them and not dealing with them, it's not going to benefit you at all. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. Just being honest with everybody on that. You not having conversations with the IRS is not going to benefit you in the big picture, everything. So I just want everybody to understand that too, okay? You got to make sure that you're keeping in contact with them, okay? If, just designate one particular day, hey, I need to get in contact with them. And I know how things happen. From an emergency standpoint, you got to get in contact with them. That's one of the worst things that can happen to you. But as far as you got a liability, it's not going in well, but you got some circumstances going on from an income standpoint, health standpoint, you really can't keep up with them. Just have some communication with them. And I understand how it is, but definitely it's not like a regular bill collector where they're just going to just be beating down your door. They're not going to hunt you, calling you all day, but they probably have the most effective way of shutting things down if they have not heard from you. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, we're talking about the 2004 income tax law changes and updates. Again, this is Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. The next thing will just kind of give us summation of all the stuff we talked about tonight that's been so action-packed and enjoyable. What are the major tax law changes for the 2023 tax year? 2023 tax year and 2024. The overview, just give you a glimpse of it. The tax bracket thresholds widen, standard deductions increase, refundable child tax credit increased to $1,600, premium tax credit extended through 2025. There are new exceptions to the 10% early distribution penalty for early retirement distributions. 1099K reporting threshold reduced to $5,000. The earned income tax credit investment income limit increased to $11,000. Updated energy efficient home improvement tax credit. New credit for previously owned clean vehicles. And business meal deduction reduced to 50%, down from 100%, okay? Remember, guys, you came in on the bottom end or tail end of this video. Make sure that you guys go to the YouTube channel and take it, look at the different images. I got a ton of videos. We got 900 videos, and the videos actually segregated by different information in regards to grants and things like that, finance, entrepreneurship. We got some of the live feeds that we've had on, even with the Mr. Short Dollar, podcast, guys. So it's a lot of great information on the YouTube channel for you guys to take advantage of. Remember what I said, guys. Just go, just occasionally. I know everybody busy. I know everybody got to work. I know everybody's, starting an entrepreneur journey, whatever it is. Go to irs.gov and, if you got questions, so just kind of get yourself a little bit abreast of some of the things on there. You don't have to read and know the whole entire tax code, but they got a lot of information on there for people that are not familiar with taxes, that are not familiar with how the government taxation process goes for individuals and small businesses. You may read about, 1 or 2 paragraphs, and it's set up for a person, the average person to read, okay? How to get your tax ID number, how to get, report your 1099 information, especially with a lot of people going on there, people getting the 1099 NEC. You may have taken some, what we talked about earlier, just then, about early distributions out your retirement account, getting that 1099R. You or one of your children may be in school, and you got that 1099T from the institution where they're going to school at, or where you're going to school at, and you don't know how to apply that to take that educational credit, guys, just look it up. I mean, we got Google University, YouTube University. There's no way you can't be enrolled in one of them two schools for free and get some easy information to probably some difficult problems and get explained to you pretty simple. And if you don't, you can't find what you're looking for, then you go hire a professional. Even after you find the information, you just want to talk to somebody to that, that's fine. But I would at least start with the Google University and YouTube University, free of charge, free of charge. You ain't got to apply to them schools. Get the information and take advantage of it, okay? Now, listen, guys, that was the feed we had tonight where we're talking about everything. Let me see if I got any more notes for you guys. 2024 income tax law changes and updates. I was going to make a video about this. There are nearly 250 tax preparer assistance centers at expanded hours, okay? And you can call 844-545-5640 to make an appointment or walk through. And just you can go to your tax assistance centers. Let me put this in the chat too. TAC. 1 second, Oscar Views. I'm gonna get you this. Oh, yes. No. Any damn army eyes. 8 right there. Take advantage of that. Tax assistance centers. They're expanding through the years. Throughout this tax season, they got special Saturdays will be available, and I make a video on that when I put the list out of what the dates were. That Where's My Refund? Expanded taxpayers will also see important new updates to Where's My Refund. You can remember go to irs.gov. You'll see that. We went to the other information with that. Got a question on the floor. What we got? Oscar, if you've been thinking of becoming a financial advisor or perhaps a tax preparer, CPA, also a disabled veteran, I know there are some grants for school and even possibly starting a tax business. I just did a video, Oscar Views, in regards to top grants for veterans. Yeah, a lot of programs out there right now that assist veterans, that are veteran entrepreneurs. I would advise you to go to SBA.gov. I've dealt with the SBA several times over the years, all this pre-pandemic. They have a lot of programs there, especially for disabled veterans. There are different grant programs for disabled veterans as well. But I would start it with the SBA level because, that's where you can get a lot of free counselors and coaches to help you. There's a lot of funding where, even with your normal business loans, you don't have to pay all your closing costs with those business loans when you're dealing with disabled vets or with grants. But check out the video we did if you haven't already for the I think I did 2024 top grants for veterans and resources as well for veterans. So definitely go check that video out, Oscar Views as well. But find your local SBA office. I'm here in the state of Georgia. I know you say you're in Ohio. We have what we call the state small business development centers, which is like the state arm of the SBA. And I'm pretty sure most states have that kind of mechanism in place in regards to the SBA in relation with the state. Find it, take advantage. The only thing that I see people having issues with dealing with the SBA, I'm gonna be very honest with you, and let me know if I'm asking if that response helped your Oscar Views. The only problem that I see a lot of times, people, I'm just be straight up, people have dealing with the SBA. They say the SBA moved too slow, but I'm just saying, this is my response for that. It's free. People want what they want now because they want things to happen for them now, but that's not how life works. That how business work. I mean, be honest with you. There's a lot of people got PPP and disaster loans a couple years ago, and they don't know where the hell that money is. There's nowhere in the hell. Now they back looking for jobs, so they out here doing other things and stuff like that. And they had $50,000 to $100,000 in their hand a couple years ago, and they got a damn thing to show for it. And to be honest with you, it came really from a lot of people doing rush moves, ignorant move. When I say ignorant, not ignorant in a bad way, but ignorant, not knowing what the hell they doing way. And just felt, thinking that business is easy. I got some money in my pocket now, I can do a business. And shit don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that, right? A lot of times people think the reason why they can't start a business up because they need the money to get the business. They have the money, they'll be able to do it. And when you get the money, it's like you set the money in the middle of the floor and set it on fire because you didn't know what to do, right? It's that point blank period. Sometimes you got to sit here and go through a process. If they have some classes they want you to go to, go through and learn the information, and then they give you access to the money. Go do it, right? Of course, you got to sit and go through that, but you might learn something in the process that can help you where you ain't gonna lose everything, right? And I'm just telling. That's what the pandemic showed. That's what the pandemic showed a couple of years ago. People got all this money, don't have nothing to show for. They got a lot of stories, right? They got a lot of stories, and now a lot of people got what? SBA debt. They got SBA debt that they got to pay back these damn disaster loans that they don't have any damn none of that money left. None of that money is still around. None of that business is still around. But they got a big ass disaster SBA loan sitting there. Nah, we won't do it. And I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but far too often people look at this show, and I love helping everybody, and I want everybody to be successful, and I want everybody to get access to capital. But for everybody want, well, how I find this, how I'm gonna give you that, people are not going to give you money to just give you money to help you find your dreams. People will help you do things, but a lot of times you gotta have some skin in the game. And that skin may be some of your money, it may be collateral, it may be some of your time or whatever, but nobody's really going to believe in you more than you. If you really, really believe in yourself, you're going to make some sacrifices to do it. You might give us some weekends, might take some time to learn some stuff, but it might give you no damn money. That's just, you can get you a grant. You can. Grant, you can get it, but they're going to be hard to get. Grants are hard to get. That stuff that was going on in the pandemic, that's not how things go. But if you want people to help you and help fund your business operation, do certain things, you got to be prepared to kind of, pay some dues to get those things in place. It just ain't going to happen. It just ain't going to happen. It's not that easy. If it was easy to start a business and stay in business and stay in business and stay in business, everybody do it. Everybody do it. I know everybody think they're exceptional. I've worked at this job 20 some years. I know how it is. You working in the job, you running the job, you managing the job, you owning the job, all different perspectives. All different perspectives. Okay. So that's why I say just be prepared to put some skin in the game, whatever endeavor you're trying to go into. Okay. People, like I said, people will help you, but people just not gonna, what my usual saying, I don't mind you utilizing me. I have a problem with you using me. I don't mind you utilizing me. I have a problem using me. Right. So just be prepared to put some work in and everything and be patient in the process. Okay. Now listen, guys, I'm gonna wrap everything up. Any more questions on the floor? Anybody got any more questions? It is Mr. Short Dollar, ain't Mr. Cheap Dollar. So you get information for free. So let's definitely take advantage of it. Brother Oscar Views I'm good with, I don't know if it's the brother now, but Oscar Views just put in there, I'm good with numbers, and I have done my own taxes for almost 10 years. Everyone always hit me up with advice too. Do you think it'd be worth pursuing? Hey, give it a try. Just give it a try. Just give it a try. At the end of the day, you let the world, you don't tell you let, opportunities and all that other stuff take you at least try. If it don't work, it didn't work, but you at least you try, right? So if you, the grants, and I wouldn't base my future if someone else gives me opportunities. The question is asked, should you pursue it? Just say, well, Chapter 31 grants, etc. You can go ask for it. Oh no, and my pleasure helping you with everything, and I appreciate you even checking us out and asking for it and everything. But I would say this to anybody: if you truly believe in yourself and you want to actually, go work for yourself, start a business up, do anything like that, don't have your dreams based on somebody else gonna damn help you or not. People don't give a damn about you. If you really believe in yourself, you're going to sit here, and if you can get grants, if you can get a loan, if you got to go out there and, cut some grass and do whatever to make it happen, that's it. I always share with people, I stayed at a job for 2 years while I was sitting there getting everything together for me to leave, right? I went through a whole lot of BS in that process. We're doing it, but I knew I wanted to leave and everything like that, right? So, I know what sacrifice you got to make if you want to make certain things happen for yourself, but definitely don't let your dreams be set on if somebody else gonna help you or not, or somebody else gonna give you some assistance or opportunity. That's bullshit. No. You believe in yourself enough. So if you get that help, good. If you don't get it help, good. You still gonna make it happen. That's a cop out. If I can get a loan or I can get a grant, I'm gonna start that business up. Man, no. And but the first people that when they get the stuff, they lose the damn money. Because if you really, really want it, you're gonna make it happen. Like I said, all the other stuff just in addition to, right? And that's why the vast majority of people can't just go out here and just do stuff on their own. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a knock, but you got to be realistic about yourself. You got to be realistic about yourself. Everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not meant to work 30 years at a particular job. And there's no right or wrong with either one of them, right? It takes a lot, from a positive perspective to be able to go and do 30 years at a job. It takes a lot from a positive perspective to be able to work for yourself 30 years. And there's drawbacks with him. I tell you, drawbacks with both. I say all the time, I work 20 hours a day, so I have to work 40 hours a week. And it sounds crazy, but if you know me, people call, man, Pooch, you still working, you still doing it? Yeah, I'm still working, but I'm cool with it. Because when I ain't, right? So, but I think a lot of times people have to actually know themselves before they try to go down that road. What's going on, Reek? What's happening? Yeah, I'm running my mouth late at night, lady. But definitely, guys, I want you guys to just take your time, find out if you got any kind of business operation, anything like that, just look into it, okay? Just look into it. Finna get ready to wrap everything up. Like I said, I had me a long day. I want to get on the mic, share some things with you guys in regards to that. Y'all take care of yourself again. Remember, go to Mr. Short Dollar. Let me put that in the chat. I don't know what the hell I didn't excuse me. One of them days, you'll have everything together for you guys. Subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Remember, go Google Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Take advantage of all the great information that is on the YouTube channel. Also, guys, you remember every Thursday, I'm part of the Misfits Radio and TV family. Google Misfits Radio and Misfits TV. You can check us out every Thursday. You can see that. I think we got 7. I don't know. Rick's still on. We got 7 or 8 shows going every day of the week. So definitely Google Misfits Radio, Misfits TV, and check out the information there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel on there and check out all the great shows we have on there. Got a lot of good information there. But you guys can check me out every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Either Mr. Short Dollar or Change the Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden. That's my other YouTube channel. But if you Google either one, you'll see the information there. But listen, guys, finna wrap everything up. I love you all. Be safe and everything. We had a little funky weather here in Atlanta today. So I seen 1 or 2 when I come back from the funeral. I seen a bad accident on there. So just slow down, y'all. Slow down. That lady gonna be there when you get there, fellas, and ladies. That fella gonna be there when you get there. Okay, so just be safe out there. Love you all. Be safe, and I will talk to you soon.